name is Jung-A Lee. I'm Sub-Dean of American Guild of Organists, Orange County chapter. Today we have a very special guest from the Netherlands. With this amazing technology, we can meet anywhere, anytime, with any device. Isn't that amazing? And he and I got to know through this CD I recorded at Walt Disney Hall in Los Angeles about 3 years ago. So after recording it, I found him through website and I sent him the CDs, and ever since we became very good friends and we communicate through emails and text messages, and my friends learning his works. So it has been amazing. And as many of you know, Miroir gave him international attention. And as an organist, I know some Dutch composers. For example, I can name Jan Pieter Zoon Svelink, Hendrik Andriessen, Jack van Utmersen, and Ad Wammes. I just learned that right before the interview. I learned that I have to pronounce his name as Ad Wammes.
Yes, Ad Wammes.
Yes, so I'll try to remember that today throughout the interview. How do you feel Dutch composers differentiate between other European composers, Mr. Wammes?
Well, it's always very difficult to say what you like when you leave your country or your village, and you come back and you see, then you got a kind of perspective. It's more better. So I want to tell you what my teacher said about my first piece for organ when he heard this. When he said it was like a struggling out of the water. There is a saying in Dutch that fight and you come up. So you see that as a picture of a lion getting himself safe off the water. Okay. So he is not drowning. So I don't think it was very complicated. A compliment. This was not a compliment.
But in my opinion, Dutch music is very sophisticated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, maybe I know that it is a very small segment of music, because I sometimes watch on YouTube how many spectators are there to be seen. You can see it on the left or on your screen. Well, in Holland, I don't know how it is in America, but you see, 400. I don't know what it is, 400. And for 10 years, it says, well, that's not a lot, I think. But it is with many composers, well-known composers, that they, well, for me, I know them quite well because I learned on the Conservatory of Utrecht and Rotterdam. And so I know them quite well. But to the public, to my neighbors, nobody knows. What are you talking about? So for me, it's almost the same.
Okay.
Because I went to the conservatory because it was only the only way to get connected to the music. Because in the days that I went to conservatory, it was not allowed to play in a band or a group. I did so. But I had an American teacher.
Very nice.
Yes. Her name was Edith Lateiner, and she was married to a famous organist, Isidor Lateiner.
Okay.
And they moved to Holland. And she knew that at one day she told me, "What's the matter with you?" Because I used to, well, every time I was in the beginning, I like to tell you, there were 3 stages of A, B, and C. C was the major. C, the C diploma was for
I see. Yeah.
soloists.
Okay. Yes,
The B, you are better than the A. So I started at A, and then I came B, but then it stopped.
Okay.
So she asked me, "What's the matter with you?" And then I told her that I was playing in a band. Oh, well, she says, "Oh, don't tell the director because he will be furious."
Is it that strict?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
It's not the same, I assume, these days.
Pardon?
It's not the same, I believe.
No. It's very, but it's so. In those days, this was the only way to teach, learn how music was brought.
Okay.
So I went to a conservatory, which was mainly focused on the classical music.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, my parents, they were both very well musicians.
Oh, really?
Yes, but they stopped because it was just before the war that they got married.
Okay.
And Second World War.
Oh, yeah.
So they started a shop for clothes and so on. Manufactories, is that? Yes.
Manufacturers.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
So, and my father, he was singing in the Matthäus Passion of Bach. And his part was singing the evangelist, the evangelist.
Oh, wow, that's a big role.
Yeah.
So are you a good singer too?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not now. But in the beginning, when I started at 11 years old, I started my first group, but then I had to skip this band for my parents because my school I didn't achieve to go to a higher level.
I see.
So they said to me, "You go out of this band." And then the next year I went up. So they allowed me to join another group. But then they asked a singer. So I said to them, "I can sing." So they wanted me to sing.
Of course.
So I sang.
Very nice.
Yes. And that was a band called Montoya. You don't know them, but later, when I became 50, I got a phone call from a drummer of this band. He said, "Well, we have a reunion." Reunion?
Yeah, reunion.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to play this and that? And they had some. They said to me, "Do you want to play blues or boogie woogie?" I said, "Yes, yeah, that's okay." So I was playing with Montoya for several years.
Very nice.
Okay. But now I am not playing in a band anymore.
That's really cool story. I bet you have a lot of cool stories.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll share some more as this interview goes on. And I actually made a tour to Europe several times in the past, and especially this tour with the Yale classmates was very memorable. When I was pursuing my master's degree at Yale University, I had a chance to go to the Netherlands, Germany, and Sweden. And in the Netherlands, we visited Amsterdam, Groningen, and Lens.
Yes.
And
Amsterdam.
Yeah, I had the chance to meet.
Me too.
Jack van Utmersen. He performed for us.
Yes.
And I also bought this music.
Yeah,
5 choral preludes.
Yes.
And the Amsterdam organ edition.
Yeah.
Tactus music.
You know that Jack was, I didn't meet him in person, but he phoned me. But he was one of the first people who played Miroir.
Oh, I see.
And then he bought the scores of me. And he phoned me. So, and we had a talk on the phone. I remember him.
That's
he was
good.
A nice man.
Yeah, but I found out that he passed away in 2015.
Yeah.
So I heard him playing live only once. And out of this book, I want to share Psalm 77. So it was recorded at my current church, St. Andrews, in Newport Beach, California. So why don't we listen to that? And now I have a next question. Could you mention some avant-garde composers in the Netherlands?
Yes, I can. Joey Raukens, for instance, he's a very young, well, according to my view, composer, and he's very good, I think.
And I also heard Jacob TV. Could you tell us about him?
Pardon?
Jacob TV.
Jacob TV. Well, I met Jacob at the they call it there was a meeting of all composers in the Netherlands, and we had the same background because Jacob, he was playing in a band with the guy who played the piano there before, and he killed himself jumping off the Hilton Hotel in Amsterdam. His name was Herman Brood.
Mm-hmm.
Brood means something you eat. When you start your morning, you cut slices of bread.
Yes.
Bread. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we got to speak to each other, and so we know that we felt we had the same background.
Oh,
but
interesting.
But I was at that time I was working for Dutch television a lot, and but Jacob was only commissioned by this group of Dutch composers.
Oh.
And he said that, well, you can count this in 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I always added something to make it look more difficult, because I know when it looks difficult, it gets awarded.
Wow.
That's nice to hear. Huh?
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start something really difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also heard that friend of mine who teaches saxophone at Vanguard University, he told me that his saxophone quartet group recorded piece by Jacob TV.
Jacob. Oh.
Yeah. So yes, his name is Ken Ferrick. He told me that Jacob TV, that name is quite well known among saxophone players, jazz players.
Oh yeah.
So you know, I'm learning every day. I'm learning something.
There are not many composers who make work for the organ, but I know an organist who does, and his name is Reitz Smits.
Okay, now we'd like to hear your music.
Yes.
I have your organ piece right here.
Yes.
White and unwind.
Unwind. It's very difficult.
So shall we hear it first? Wow, that was really impressive.
Thank you.
It felt like I'm like watching a movie or something. It felt like there is a story. So you tell me about this work, Wind and Unwind.
Wind and Unwind. I went to the church where the organist was playing, who asked for the commission, and so as a preparation, I always go to a church where my piece is asked to be performed for the first time. So I hit one note, I don't know, a D, it was D, and then I heard the overtone of A.
Oh, I see.
So I thought, I thought, oh, well, that's nice. So I played one note with my left hand, and then on the other. Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it.
And then I thought, I can keep this movement the same, and then try another melody. So I filled it up.
Okay.
Well, so and then I begin to think, well, why do I start so slow? And well, I will try to do it the other way, to unwind it.
Oh.
That's called why it is called Wind and Unwind.
Yes.
So you got that's the winding, and then that's the unwinding.
The middle section is very exciting.
Yes, but it's very difficult with the right hand. Oh, you know, of the performance that you let your auditors hear, I play it with one hand or two hands, but I only recorded the feet. I play it on the keyboard.
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't know how to.
But the result is good.
Yes. Okay. I think so too.
Yeah, everything is synchronized really well, and the balance is good, and I can hear, the stop change, and the musical effect is, that's phenomenal. So one day I want to perform it. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to practice a lot.
Yeah.
Then what style of music influenced you the most?
Well, I'm mostly influenced by a group, a band of England. Their name was Gentle Giant.
Oh, Gentle Giant.
Giant, yes, Gentle Giant. Okay.
And how do you get inspired?
Well, I like to start at on a different way, because I like to keep all things new to me myself. And I remember that when I got this. I know that I went on a bicycle because to know how I must end a part of in 2008 I got a commission from Norway.
Okay.
They were the cultural capital of Europe for 1 year.
Oh,
and they asked me to if I would like to compose a Missa Brevis, short mass for them. So I thought, well, that's quite okay with me, because and then I got stuck with something in a part, and then I went on a bicycle, because when you bicycle and you don't cycle too hard, because all your blood goes to your veins and your muscles. But you go and slowly, and then you will, I must do that, and then I must do that. Then your hearing is better, because and don't you must feel free.
Oh yes.
So don't make an appointment with someone who you are going to meet or something. No, you must feel free. So and then I went on a cycle. Well, on my fast cycle, but I didn't cycle too fast there.
Okay.
And then it came to me, and another time when I was working for Dutch television, I had this kind of, that in the old days they used to make loops of sounds.
Okay.
So I thought, well, maybe I'll work like that, but because I can make a loop on my sequencer, they're called. And so I looped and was improvising to it. Oh yes, it was, and that worked very well with the views of the it was on television, so I had to make music to something which was on the television.
Yes.
And it was, so they gave me a mix of what was on to be seen.
Yes.
And then I made music to it.
You have quite amazing experience.
Yes.
And I asked you how you get inspired. Then while you're talking about bicycle, I thought about this. Sometimes there's a friend who is a pastor. He told me, not a pastor, but he told me that when he gets stuck with some sermon preparation, he goes to the beach. Now since I'm
just walking, yes.
Yeah. I'm living in California. We have a lot of beaches. He said I can prepare my sermon at the beach, and people think I'm just killing my time and not doing my work at the church. He said I do my church sermon preparation at the beach.
At the beach.
Yeah. While you said, I get inspired doing bicycling, I kind of thought about the same thing.
It's the same.
Yeah, you don't have to sit at the desk all the time, right?
No.
Yeah.
Because when you at the desk and at the piano, you know, all the sounds are there in your head because you have worked so hard on. But then you got stuck, and then you go out on the bicycle or so. Yes, relax. Let it.
Maybe I should ride bicycle more.
Yes.
In the middle of a recital preparation, if I feel frustrated, then maybe I should do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point, I think. And could you tell us about your upcoming events?
The next event was scheduled. It's better. In Breda, in the Netherlands.
Okay.
And they play their Faith, this piece for organ and soprano sax. It's one of my best pieces, I think.
Oh, what was the title again?
Faith.
Great. Okay.
It's on YouTube.
Okay. And I don't have a music.
Write my name and Faith.
Yeah, I don't have music, but I think I want to get it and try to perform it. Yes.
Yeah. It was performed by Andrew Kenning and Anders Paulsen. They are two of the best players, I think, of Sweden.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you again for sharing your music as well as other composers' works. It was an amazing interview, and I had so much fun. I learned so much from you, and I'm going to mention his websites. He has two. First one is www.adwammes.com, and the second one is www.compositionaspresent.nl. I will also include those websites so that you can see visually, and you can visit his websites, and then you can order it, and then you can watch his videos. It's really fun. And those who live in America, USA, like me, it's a totally different genre, different color. So it's very exciting that we can get connected through Zoom, YouTube, and all this technology we have.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Okay.
And I hope to see you in person. Oh, you have one more thing?
Yes.
Right?
I hope it won't get postponed.
You mean what will again?
Well, when you come to Holland, I hope this concert will go on.
I see. Yes, actually, I was supposed to go to Netherlands in 2020, but because of the coronavirus, it got postponed.
To 21.
I know.
And then it got postponed as well.
So Mr. Wammes and I keep connecting, communicating each other so that I can go to Holland and give some concerts. And thank you again for your invitation.
Okay.
And we'll stay in touch. And I hope this Zoom interview will make our American organists be excited about your music and all this European music. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you, and dank u wel.
Dank u wel.